Austin 316 says I just whipped your...
Stone Cold!
You sit there and call yourself the gorilla, yet you hee-haw out here like a jackass. What? I said shut up. You can kiss my ass.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
What? And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this week is episode 58, September through October of 1999, and it is Hunting Hunter. JV, what a shitty title this is. Hunting Hunter.
Just like Triple H is a shitty main event guy.
Right. And yeah, that kind of sums up things here. Not that you shouldn't listen, but yeah, it's fucking a whole lot of Triple H, and Steve Austin isn't happy about it either. So we're going to see what he has to say about fucking Hunter taking over the spotlight during this period of time in the Attitude Era. But let's get started here. I'm Mike Prue, along with JV. JV, what's going on? I know it's been a shit-ass weekend for us here in New England, but let's hear what you have to say.
2020 definitely started off shitty.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the start of the football season for the Patriots
Next
later
year.
in 2020. Not next year, but in September.
September, yeah.
We'll be back. I have no doubt about that. Brady will be back. Brady's either going to be in New England or he's going to Canton. He's not going to fucking play for the Chargers, some fucking shit organization moving to a new stadium. He's not going to the fucking Tennessee Titans to play with Mike Vrabel. He's
Carolina.
staying. Well, he's not going anywhere. He's staying in New England or he's going to Canton, baby. That is it.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. We're pissed that they lost, but hey, they fucking lost, so we're over it.
Yeah, can't win them all, but you know what? We still win way more. Like, so much more than any other team over the past, more than even, I would say, 25 years. Because the Pats were still winning with Bledsoe.
Right.
He had a Super Bowl appearance under our belt in the 90s. Yeah. So.
They lost to Green Bay.
Go watch your trash team. And fucking enjoy it.
Whoever they are. Yeah.
But just remember, they're not the New England Patriots, baby.
Even one of the best teams in the league, the New Orleans Saints, lose back-to-back years in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl and
that's what I was rooting for. I was really rooting for the Saints. I've always liked Drew Brees, so I don't know. So I worry about Sean Payton. I don't know how good of a coach he really is because, man, somehow they lose a lot of like big games. Like I feel like they should have been in the Super Bowl like the past like 3 years,
right? And
somehow they just like found a way to lose games.
Yeah, a lot of close games. They always say in close games, it's the coach's fault.
It's got to be like Mike Mills from The Book in the Territory.
Yep.
He's a Saints fan, right?
Yeah.
Thought so, because he
he's from
he was in the same boat as us this weekend, football-wise.
Yeah.
I saw him on a couple of his Twitter posts.
Oh, last year was even worse, too, when they got screwed.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's one of the worst non-calls in football history.
Yeah. Horrible.
But hey, he saved himself. He didn't have to see the new Patriots beat him.
Now they're both golfing. Drew Brees and Tom Brady going golfing this weekend.
Yeah. But from a wrestling perspective, we're covering 1999, right? September and October of 99.
Yep. And Triple H is now the champion, and Austin is looking to make a comeback. But before we get into that, I do want to give a big shout out to Joe Murata from the Our Vantage Point podcast, the Retro Wrestling Podcast, who created the new theme song for the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast for us that you just heard in this opening. So thanks a lot, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Did a great job. I really, 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 really like it.
Yeah, and I think all the listeners will probably like it too. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's better than just hearing the regular Austin music. Mix
Yeah.
it up, throw some little audio in there, and spice it up a bit. And he did that.
Yeah, fresh it up. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
they've been listening to the same intro for over 50 episodes.
Yeah.
57 episodes plus watch-alongs or whatever else. So probably like 60 episodes.
Well, actually, the first 4 or 5 episodes was that shitty ass Ringmaster theme opening.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think we we probably lost a bunch of viewers, or listeners rather,
Yeah.
just from that intro.
I'm like, what is this?
Maybe we need to go back and just put the new music in.
Yeah. Put Joe's music in.
Yeah. Catch that.
But no, thanks, Joe. You did a hell of a job.
Yeah, hell yeah. So thanks a lot, Joe, from our vantage point. And also, before we get started with this new episode here, I do want to point out that we have the YouTube channel. It's at YouTube, and it's the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. Simple as that. Just go there, search Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. It'll show up. It'll have all our episodes available, all the chronological episodes, not all the watch-alongs just yet. So those are available on YouTube. So subscribe there, please. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, I'm Mike Prue at MPRU83, and JV is at John Van Damage, and we are at Bottom Line Cast. Also, JV and I do the Extreme ECW Live Cast. And this past week, we did Hardcore TV, episodes 31 and 32, from November 9th and November 16th of 1993. And that's available on the Booking the Territory Patreon feed, the $5 tier. So you got to pay for it. But if you like what we do here, you'll like what we do there. And give it a shot, because there's a whole lot of material on Booking the Territory with Mike Mills, who JV just mentioned earlier, the Saints fan. His show is a great show, and they have a lot of great content on their Patreon feed. So sign up there, check it out for a month, see what you like.
Yeah,
and
it's $5.
Right.
Ditch a coffee for a fucking week, for a
shit.
day. Don't buy that $5 scratch ticket that's not, that you're not going to fucking win on.
Right.
Get some guaranteed return for your $5 on the BTT Patreon page.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, don't resubscribe. But I'm telling you, you're going to like it.
Right.
If you like wrestling, there's so much content there. It's going to feel like you hit the lottery, but it's the wrestling lottery. So
Good one there. So awesome. Check that out. And now let's get into what we have going on here. And we're actually just coming off a little break, basically, because we are off of 2 weeks of non-chronological episodes. So we did Hollywood Blondes. We did our little Hollywood Blondes specials for the past 2 weeks. We did a watch-along, and then we did the first episode in the Hollywood Blondes series. So that was the past 2 weeks. So those of you that listen, I hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun during the Christmas break.
Yep.
And it was something different, another look at Steve Austin. So I hope you enjoyed that. And that'll continue in time. I think the next episode will probably be maybe in a month and a half, I think. I think that'll fit in. So that'll be coming not too far away. So if you enjoyed that second episode is coming up soon in our continuation of the Hollywood Blondes. But 3 weeks ago, on episode 57, it was the six-pack challenge. And that was from September of 1999. And that's when Triple H wins the WWF Championship for a second time. And that's at Unforgiven 1999. Steve Austin was the special guest referee, or the enforcer. And he ends up making the 3 count to award Triple H the championship. And then Bulldog runs in the ring and hits The Rock with the chair. And then hits Triple H, but Austin grabs the chair from Bulldog. Austin hits Bulldog. Triple H hits the pedigree, and then Austin makes the count for Triple H to win the title. So we have the situation where Triple H is now the champion again, and Austin, of all guys, was the one to give him the title. But you have this fucking British Bulldog hanging around like he's going to be in this main event picture. And that's just a big joke, because fucking British Bulldog in 1999 being involved in this championship picture is a joke in itself.
Yeah, he peaked like 7 years earlier, 7 years earlier.
Right, 1992 was his peak when he beat Bret Hart at SummerSlam 1992 for the Intercontinental title. That was his moment to shine. And it was done after that. So yeah. So here we go. So let's move on now to Raw 331. from September 27th of 1999. This is live in Greensboro, North Carolina. And Vince McMahon is going to come to terms with the referees that have been claiming that, we're always getting abused, we're always getting beat up, we're on strike. So Vince McMahon gives them a rah-rah speech and says, hey, it's time to get back to work. And just ends that whole strike right there with that speech. We'll protect you. Be strict in the ring, and that's it. And they're like, okay, we'll go back. So there it is. The refs are off their strike. We get the real refs back. And that's all going to be a fucking joke anyway.
Yeah, the whole ref shit. It's the Attitude Era, and they're trying to get people to believe like they're going to have control. And you'll notice when we get to a match, they really fucking don't. So,
But for me, I remember at this time, I really hated that the refs didn't enforce any rules.
You still hate that the refs don't enforce rules.
I always hate that. And I definitely hated it at the time. But I don't remember this angle. I would have loved this angle, but it sucks because I know it's not for real. They're just going to fucking give it up in a second. So anyway, here we go. The refs are free to do what they want now. Be very strict. So here we go now with the Triple H promo. And Triple H is going to come out to the ring. He says he doesn't care what people think. They're booing him. And he comes out. They can kiss his ass. He says, I'm beyond the man. Stronger than all. I'm the gamer. And I mentioned that a couple weeks back. That he just fucking nails that. Gamer. I'm the best damn game there's ever been in this business. He hasn't done shit. I feel like, JV, this is a time where this is his big promo where he's acting like he's the shit. You should shit on him.
Yeah, I don't like the guy. I mean, I never really was a Triple H. I respect him. He's got the ability. But in my humble opinion, he stinks. I never liked him. And even here, he just still doesn't seem ready. Triple H has always been that guy that just, it's like I didn't say they gave it to him because he did put in the work. But
he was just there.
Yeah, it's like he never really got to the next level. It's like they gave him the next level, but I don't think he was like really the next level guy.
They didn't need to have a next level.
Yeah, this seems forced, especially with everything else going on. He's not interesting with everything going on with The Rock right now. Mankind,
Mankind could be the guy.
I know.
Besides Triple H.
This way, if you're a wrestling fan and you think if you're ranking all time and you have Triple H against over Mick Foley in any ranking, go fuck yourself.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
Like, we're going to talk about today, the Rock and Sock connection, and that's a great thing and all, but Mankind could have been a fucking huge thorn in the side of The Rock and been in, big time. Not being just a little sap, like, oh, I love you, Rock. I'm on your side. He got over still that way, of course, because that's what people love. And they would love him anyway. They love Mankind no matter what he is. But he could have been this top heel character instead of Triple H. So anyway, Triple H goes on and says, I went through 6 of the very best in the game, and they weren't even in this league. So he's totally on this game character. I'm the game, and I'm in this league. He says, Austin had to get on his hands and knees. He was forced to count the 1, 2, 3, counting me to victory. And over none other than the People's Champ. But Austin doesn't stop there because Jack. Fucking Jack. He keeps saying Jack. Oh.
Stupid.
So stupid. Jack, you're next. But meanwhile, like, what the fuck you mean you're next? He is guaranteed the title shot. Why is he not getting a title shot right away? And that'll build up because the fucking British Bulldog's going to come out and act like he deserves a title shot. But we already know Austin's supposed to have that title shot because he let McMahon back into the company.
Yep.
For a title shot. And he's not getting it right away. Everybody else is getting a shot at Triple H. the gamer, except Austin.
The gamer. Fucking horrible.
Is he saying he is a gamer? Like with our accent? I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer.
Probably sucks in games. He uses all the shitty weapons.
How do I pause?
Yeah.
So from there, Austin, I will not sleep. I will not rest until I beat your ass right in the middle of this ring. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so then it continues on. Fucking British Bulldog comes out with his shitty-ass music with bulldogs barking, or fucking just dogs barking. Bark, 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 bark.
It's so stupid.
It's like
Such
faintly
an awful theme.
Then it's like faintly playing the British Bulldog theme in the background of the British music. Yeah, horrible shit there. So Bulldog has a gripe because he was very close to winning the title, but Austin took the chair from him as he was about to use it on the champ. So he's pissed now that, I could have won. So Bulldog comes in the ring with the mic, and we continue our gamer theme. And he comes out and says, Triple H, Mr. Game Boy. And he doesn't stop there. It's not one time. He says it multiple times. Mr. Game Boy. The deal was, if either one of us become the champion, the other one would get the first title shot. So that's a little deal that they made. Triple H said, if you win, I get a title shot. If you win, I get the title shot. Whatever. So they had this little deal worked out. So Bulldog's pissed because he's not getting the title shot. He says, well, guess what, Hunter? I think tonight means Raw is war. How fucking lame is that?
Dude can't even come up with his own material.
No, this dude's just coming right off of WCW. Oh, my God. Horrible. So Triple H is just like, hey, dude, I lied to your ass. You ain't getting nothing. And then Bulldog even continues on worse than that, saying, we can do anything you want, Game Boy. Triple H, Game Boy, it's plain and simple. The choice is yours. How dumb is that? The choice is yours. Obviously, he's going to say, yeah, the choice is mine. You're not getting a title shot, dumbass. He's acting like he's threatening Triple H. Triple H is the one with all the marbles in his hand. Like, I'm the one that can give you a title shot. And he's like, oh, the choice is yours. Okay, no title shot for you, Bulldog.
Yeah, get out. Right. Just leave.
See you later, Game Boy.
Retire.
So anyway, that leads to a Bulldog attack on Triple H. China comes in, of course, and Triple H is going to hit a nut shot. The refs run down, and they break things up because now they're all official and shit. And then Vince McMahon's music's going to hit, and they're all thinking that it's Shane McMahon at first, but it actually is Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon comes out. He congratulates Triple H on becoming the new champion at the Six-Pack Challenge. And then Vince says, well, you're going to defend the title tonight. And the man that's going to have the title shot is the man that the British Bulldog screwed. And the man is The Rock. And I love how JR just jumps in and says, I thought it was Stone Cold's opportunity.
His boy's always sticking up for Stone
Always
Cold.
his boy, yeah. That's a big theme on this episode, is because this is really the first time that we see the relationship of Stone Cold and JR. We're going to get to that. So it's supposed to be The Rock against Triple H for the championship at the end of this episode of Raw. But before that, we're going to get a promo from Stone Cold Steve Austin. So let's take a listen to Stone Cold.
Tonight, you might want to cover your ears, might hear some
You
extra
can
loud
only
cussing.
imagine that when I rolled into Greensboro, North Carolina, that I was a little surprised and a lot pissed off to find out that Triple H was ordered to defend the World Wrestling Federation title against not me, as Vince McMahon promised, but against The Rock.
It's going to be a great main event.
All due respect to The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin wants what's his, so I want Vince McMahon to bring his carcass out here because the son of a bitch has got some explaining to do to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I told you. Now Austin is upset. He is very upset. Well, he was promised a title shot, you know. He certainly was, but we didn't.
I could stand out here all night, Vince. Bring your ass out here.
Well, here he comes. I think. Yes, there's Vince. And Vince walking out here, he does have.
Put a little spring in your step, son. You got some explaining to do.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you can feel the tension between these two. I wouldn't want to be in Mr. McMahon's shoes right now. Got a bad feeling about this, JR.
You want an explanation?
Oh, you damn right. I want an explanation because I reinstated you so I could get my title shot. So you damn right, Einstein. I want an explanation.
You're entitled to one. And first of all, even though I've said it privately, I'd like to publicly thank you for reinstating me in the position of power here in the World Wrestling Federation. Secondly, Stone Cold, I did say the agreement was you reinstate me, you get the title shot. That was the agreement. The only thing is, I didn't say to you when you'd get the title shot.
Oh, boy. Told you I had a bad feeling about this.
Wait a minute. Those looks are unnecessary. I've seen that look before, and that's not called for, and I'll tell you why. Because I am going to live up to my word, man to man, just like was promised, Stone Cold. Just like was promised, you will get your title shot. You'll get it in less than 3 weeks' time. You'll get it at No Mercy, no matter who the WWF champion will be. No matter.
Well, Vince is the man of his word. We'll find out tonight. Rock and Triple H tonight.
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. Because for a long time, you've been full of complete crap. What you're saying is that I will get my title shot at No Mercy. That is what you're saying.
October 17th.
Absolutely.
That's in Cleveland.
Then all I got to say to you is that damn well better be what happens, or I will, like never before, stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
Austin means it. He damn sure means it.
Is the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Oh, man. Well, tonight it's going to be Triple H defending the title against The Rock. However, on Sunday, October the 17th, in Cleveland, Ohio, at No Mercy, the Rattlesnake will meet the WWF champion. Vince McMahon did keep his word, King, but who will the WWF champion be? October 17th. We're going to find out here tonight live.
All right, so Austin comes out. He says he's pissed off to hear that Triple H was ordered by Vince McMahon to defend the title. Not against me, but against The Rock. Then he says, with all due respect to The Rock, Stone Cold wants his. So he wants Vince McMahon because the son of a bitch has some explaining to do to Stone Cold Steve Austin. So he wants to talk. He wants to talk to him. He says, I can stay out here all night, so bring your ass out here. And then Vince McMahon's music comes back on, makes his way out. And Austin immediately says, put a little spring in your step, son. You got some explaining to do. So Vince McMahon on the offensive right away says, you want some explanation? You're damn right I want an explanation because I reinstated you to get a title shot. And you're damn right, Einstein, I want an explanation. So they're arguing over what the fuck's going on here. So Vince says he's going to get his title shot. You're not going to get it tonight. You're going to get it soon. You're going to get it at No Mercy. So he says, let me tell you let me make sure what you're saying, because for a long time you've been full of crap. So Austin just pointed out, you've just been bullshitting all the time. So let me just clarify.
You're always fucking with me, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me just clarify. You said I'm getting a title shot. Don't fuck with me again. Make sure the damn title shot coming up. So Vince confirms, yes, you will get a title shot. It's going to be at No Mercy, the No Mercy pay-per-view on October 17th. So Austin said, that better be what happens, because I will, like never before, stomp a mud hole in your ass, walk it dry. And that's the bottom line. Because
crowd pops for that, too.
Yeah, huge, big time. But what I like about it is that Austin says it nice and slow that time. It's like...
Yeah, emphasis on it.
Right.
Like, I'm not fucking around. I will do it.
Right. It reminds me of one of the early promos from, like, our first or second episode on Superstars, when he does, like, the cutaway interview. He says,
Yep.
I'm cold. Stone cold. He has that same cadence in his voice. He's like, and that's the bottom line. Stone Cold said so. Like, he's serious. He's not fucking around. He's not being boisterous. Like, that's it. You don't fucking give me this match, I'm fucking killing you. You're done. So that's that. So Stone Cold's going to get his title shot at No Mercy. But The Rock is going to get his title shot first against Triple H. And Stone Cold is going to be on commentary to see what goes down, because at No Mercy, it's either going to be Triple H or The Rock. So he wants to see what happens and what goes down here. So the match gets started at the 1 hour, 27-minute mark of the show, which is basically 5 minutes left in the show. So the match gets started, and it's like a quick back and forth, of course. Triple H is tossed over the turnbuckles, and they fight into the crowd. And JR, he calls it the Sea of Humanity. So they're fighting in there. They quickly get back to ringside area. Triple H gets slammed into the steps. And then JR says, not even JR's barbecue sauce will make that taste good. So he's
never had his barbecue sauce?
I haven't.
No, because I think you can order it online. You used to be able to.
Yeah, you definitely can order it online now. But I didn't even know it was available back then. Back in 1999. I don't remember. I thought it was a more recent, within the last 10 years thing. But he's been selling this shit for years. 20 years already. So he already had it, and he's selling it there.
Does he still talk about it in AEW broadcasts? I watch AEW, I've just never noticed.
No, but he talks about it in his podcast.
Ah, okay.
And every time I go to Walmart, I'm looking for it. I'm like, all right, when's Walmart going to get this deal with JR?
Yeah, he gets a Walmart deal for his barbecue sauce. That motherfucker's retiring. He's fucking Walmart, dude. That's something you get at a fucking thrift shop. Like someone won a fucking liquidation sale at an Ocean State job lot or something.
Oh, you would think you'd be able to get that shit. I don't know. But anyway, the fighting continues.
He's famous. He's not that famous. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. But I see some barbecues of who the fuck's this dude on this thing here? I don't know the brand, but it's fucking
Chubb's barbecue.
Yeah, Chubb's. I'm thinking Chubb's.
Yeah, that's good though.
It's who's this black dude with the cowboy hat on? What the fuck's that? I want to try it, but where's JR? He should have his shit out here too.
Yeah, he ain't no Sweet Baby Ray's.
He's not on that level yet, I guess. Damn. God damn. All right, so the fighting continues.
God damn.
And we get Earl Hebner falling on his ass. And you get both finishers happen. Well, both finishers actually teased at this point. So whenever you get that going, that means there's a hot match going on. Both finishers get teased. The referee's knocked out. And Triple H grabs a chair. Earl Hebner is back up. He's going to try to take it from him like always. Because he's a strict referee now. He's trying to follow protocol. And Triple H lays out Earl Hebner with the chair. And then he lays out The Rock. Then Triple H points to Stone Cold Steve Austin sitting at commentary. And Austin responds, "You talking to me, you son of a bitch?" And then Austin runs right in the ring. And he kicks him in the gut. And that causes Triple H to drop the chair. They have a little exchange. This leads to a stunner on Triple H. The Rock gets back up. The Rock hits the rock bottom on Triple H. And he staggers around. He gets stunned. Austin goes right back on the commentary, which was like abrupt. It was like, what was that? Oh, how the fuck did you get back to commentary? You were just in the ring.
Got a job to do.
Doing stunners and now you sit back in commentary. There must have been some editing. Possibly. So The Rock rolls over. He makes the cover. Earl's coming to from the chair shot. He makes the cover for a 2 count. Then the Bulldog comes out again. Fucking Bulldog being involved in these matches. Well, we know it's not going to come of anything. It's like they were placating him. Like, all right, yeah, you're going to be a big star here. We're going to get you involved in a bunch of shit. And then you're not going to be involved in shit at all. But we'll let you be involved in the shit for a little while. They'll think you're going to be involved. They scammed his ass. So, Bulldog's in there. He breaks up the count. And this leads to a DQ. Ugh. So now Earl is very serious. Where
Serious Earl sucks because you can't take him seriously.
No, well, you can't take him seriously because he just got nailed with a chair. And he didn't call a DQ for that. But then he calls the DQ because British Bulldog ran in.
Yep, the whole time I was watching this, I was thinking when he gets up, like he'll call DQ. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing as I was watching it. I was like, they just led the show talking about how fucking the refs are gonna have more authority and shit, and like he's gonna wake up and then call for the DQ, and that's how. And you can't lose the title on a DQ.
Right. Which ended up being a DQ anyway, but still, if they were gonna go with the referee storyline, then the moment he realizes, oh, I'm up, I just got knocked out, ding, ding, ding. But no, he does ding, 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 DQ because Bulldog runs in. Instead of doing ding, 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 I got fucking hit with a steel chair. So, of course, everything's illogical with Hebner as the referee. Which, who the fuck do you blame? It's not Hebner's fault. And I shit on him for almost every single episode. But it can't be his fault. He's not writing this. He's just following plans. It's almost like they're just making him look like shit. Like, fuck you, Hebner. You're a goof. Fuck you. I don't know.
Clown.
I don't know.
He's a clown.
Alright, so that's the end of that there. So, Triple H retains. The Rock gets screwed by the Bulldog. That's going to build to a Bulldog and Rock match coming up at the No Mercy pay-per-view later in October. But before we get to that, SmackDown episode 6 from September 30th, 1999. This is in Richmond, Virginia. This was taped on September 28th, 1999. And what's going to happen first is Vince McMahon's going to come down and he's going to create a championship match. Vince is going to set up a championship match between Triple H and the British Bulldog. Because Bulldog is just bitching and barking about getting a title match. But Vince is going to make The Rock the special guest referee. Triple H is pissed, of course. And he's looking for Vince McMahon throughout the night. Triple H confronts McMahon. Says, you keep finding ways to screw me every week. Neither can you or your little boy, Austin, is going to do it either. You got me. So through this little exchange, it looks like we're setting up that Austin and McMahon may be working together. And Triple H is on to something at this point. Which 3 weeks ago, on our last episode, episode 57, JV and I started to allude to the fact that maybe the Austin turn was planned a little bit ahead of time. You remember that, JV?
No.
No, where he ends up turning at WrestleMania. We talked about how.
Oh, you mean in the future?
Yeah, in the future.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we talked. I thought you had me off here. I'm like, what are you talking about? We haven't watched. Like, he hasn't turned yet.
No, he hasn't turned yet. But I'm saying,
yeah,
maybe it was already kind of written here in a way.
Well, yeah, because I mentioned that a couple episodes ago, where because he's getting like almost on the good side of Vince,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And Triple H is kind of sniffing that out right now, like you and your boy Austin.
Yeah, that's a good catch there. I didn't catch that while I was watching this. I think because I've already acknowledged it.
Yeah.
So I think I just kind of overlook it now. But now that you say that, that's actually a really good catch.
Yeah, so maybe at this point they were already planning that, but then everything was derailed for a while until he came back. And then once he came back, it's like, all right, let's do that turn now.
Yeah.
So it could have been happening at this point.
Well, I mean, that was you knew they had to do it because there was money in it, and then I don't know, when a really good guy has to turn heel at some point,
right?
Because look at the money, it made WCW and Hogan and all that.
And if they were ever going to take Triple H and make him a babyface, that's how they would have to do it. Is to have Austin join McMahon and turn on Triple H. The Triple H could be a big babyface. Maybe that's what they wanted for Triple H, is to be like the next Hulk Hogan. Or the next Austin, rather. And Austin would be the heel to it. Hey, who knows? But just got me thinking that when that happened. But anyway, to continue on with the backstage cutaways that were going on at this point in SmackDown Episode 6 from September 30th. The Rock basically doesn't care that he's going to be the special guest referee. He's going to get his chance for the title in due time. And he also says that Triple H can shove his 3-foot nose up the British Bulldog's candy ass. And The Rock says he will call it down the middle. And they can beat each other's asses because he doesn't give a damn about any of them. And the Bulldog pussily says, The Rock can just stay out of my way. And then we got Mankind telling The Rock, and we'll get more to this later in the Attitude Era update, but it happens here too, where Mankind says, Rock, Val stole Mr. Rocco. Mr. Rocco was a present that Mankind gave The Rock, and Rock's like, I don't know who Val Venus is. Which I thought was funny. And then Stone Cold is backstage. He's quietly talking to Shane McMahon. There's no audio, so it looks like something's going on with them. And I don't think it really leads to much at all, other than just the ending of this match, which is the WWF Championship match, Triple H versus the British Bulldog, with The Rock as the special guest referee.
This was fun.
Yeah. It was a cool match. Good length of a match, too. Solid 10 minutes or so of a match on Raw, which is probably the most of a match you would get at this point. So The Rock comes out with his entrance. He hypes up the crowd. Bulldog finally comes out. He gets his title shot. And he's wearing his blue jeans. He's got his Attitude Era jeans on. How do we make the Bulldog look Attitude Era? Put blue jeans on him. Because when he first came back, he was still wearing the Bulldog gear. And I was like, oh, that's not good enough. You look like you're from 1996. You need to look like you're from 99. Put blue jeans on.
Yeah. One of the episodes, it's funny because like the 90s attire really sticks out. There's a kid in the front row of one of the episodes when it starts, and he's got this huge oversized vest on. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I didn't. No. Shit. What episode do you remember?
No. Might have been the last SmackDown we're going to cover.
All right. Well, yeah, fucking 90s gear in full effect, of course. And some people actually, wearing clothes like 5 years old. Which, not a knock, because here in 2020, the new year, I'm wearing a lot of clothes that I bought back in like 2014, so it's like 6 years ago. So,
yeah, man, I don't give a fuck about clothes anymore, really.
I don't either. So, I would not be upset looking back or make fun of any adults in 1995 wearing clothes that look like they're from 1988, because if I was from that era, that's what I would be doing. And my hairstyle probably wouldn't change either, so I would have a mullet still in 1996 if I was that age. So now I get it. Once you're an adult, you don't give a fuck. And that's the bottom line. All right, so anyway, we get this match going on here. And, just to kind of go through it basically real quick here, is that The Rock's going to leave with the WWE Championship. He's not going to be the champion, but he's going to leave with it. And that happens because Bulldog comes down and fucks things up again. And he's going to grab the belt. He's going to try to hit The Rock. The Rock ducks. Rock grabs the belt. Rock grabs the belt and nails Triple H. The Rock nails British Bulldog with the people's elbow. And The Rock grabs the title, raises it like he's the champion. And British Bulldog's fucked basically at this point. Like, yep, you're back to mid-card status. You're not the champion. Rock leaves with the title. Triple H doesn't know where it is. He's looking for it. And the timekeeper has the belt. Triple H is looking for The Rock backstage after the match. Rock nails Triple H with the belt from behind. So they're already big time in building this feud up between The Rock and Triple H because they know Austin is on his way out. So you got to set up the next big time feud. So that's good. That's good booking. That's smart to plan ahead because they know it's just a month away. Austin has to go for surgery. So build up the top guys. That's the only reason why Triple H is in this spot is because Austin has to go away. So they need
to put some other top guys.
Right.
Force create them.
Right.
Which is what we're getting here.
And it only made sense to make Triple H a champion so that The Rock would have to chase Triple H, and rather than having The Rock be the champion. Because The Rock's not going to beat Austin for the title. Because they're both baby faces. So, that's, good planning there. So, as this match ends, the Bulldog attacks The Rock. Triple H is up. He gets his belt back because it was left behind. And Triple H goes backstage. And he's looking around. He's looking for China. And I guess this is the association with where Stone Cold was talking to Shane McMahon. And he must have been asking Shane McMahon, oh, where's Triple H's locker room? Where's China's locker room tonight? Because Austin pops out of the locker room of China and kicks the shit out of Triple H as the show.
Triple H.
Yeah. Not as the show ends, but as the segment ends. So Stone Cold opens the door, he pegs off Triple H and then beats his ass. Then they talk about the match that they're going to have on October 17th of 1999 at No Mercy. Then that brings us to Rebellion on October 2nd, 1999. This is in Birmingham, England. This is the third UK pay-per-view, I believe, third or fourth. And this is more like a regular pay-per-view rather than previous ones. Previous ones were more like a house show. This one kind of had more connection to what was actually going on. But not totally. Some of the shit was throwaway. Not even worth talking about. But this one actually did connect storylines. And the only storyline that really connects here is that Stephanie McMahon, Stephanie McMahon gets knocked unconscious by the Bulldog. Because the Bulldog is asking Vince McMahon for a title shot. He's demanding his title shot. He's pissed off. He got screwed. And he wants his title shot. And he throws a wastebasket. It's off camera, of course, and it nails Stephanie. And she's knocked out, and apparently she's unconscious. And British Bulldog's not gonna apologize about it at all. And Vince McMahon's all pissed off. So that
Bulldog's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not apologizing.
I don't even think England was happy for him. Like,
No.
His own fucking country didn't like him. They were all about The Rock in like the pre-show.
Yeah, they were done.
Like, oh yeah, we're right here. See you, Rock. Go big here. We'll I'll take it. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's what they were saying. Because they had a lot of those intercut segments where they were showing the crowd.
See a Rock Rayo Smock down here with British Bulldog. No one said British Bulldog. No one gave a fuck.
No, it was not like 1992. It said the British Bulldog's going to win whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
This year, at this time, it was The Rock is the most electrifying superstar.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so.
I bought my ticket. Come see Rock hit rock bottom.
Yeah. Fuck the British Bulldog. Yeah.
Fuck the police. Like, what? What?
All right. Going straight from the underground.
Yeah. Got a little too American there.
Young brother got it bad because he's brown. All right. All right. So anyway, we move on to Rebellion.
Yeah, sorry if I offended any of our English viewers.
We do
UK
have English
listeners.
Yes, we do have English listeners.
Feel free to trash my fucking
Hey,
hot mess of an accent.
I'm sure definitely they make fun of our accent.
Yeah, they're like, these guys sound stupid.
Absolutely. So anyway, there's a steel cage match at Rebellion. It's Triple H against The Rock for the championship. And I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it's a solid steel cage match. And it's in the...
Love the black cage.
Yeah, it's in the black cage, the old blue cage, painted black. And you're going to get the typical moves. You're going to get somebody like China come run down and slam the door in someone's head, the head of The Rock, so he doesn't get out of the cage. You're going to get the dueling competitors coming down the cage at the same time type of thing going on. So you get all those tropes, those typical parts of a match here in a steel cage. But what it comes down to is that Bulldog is part of this. They're really pushing Bulldog for this fucking pay-per-view. Like we just said, no one gave a fuck. But like, oh, we're in England and we got the Bulldog, so I guess they're gonna like him still. So Bulldog runs out and he tosses The Rock back into the ring when he's trying to get out. Shane McMahon runs down, Bulldog attacks him, power slams him. Briscoe and Patterson come down, Bulldog beats the fuck out of them. The ref is knocked out, which who gives a fuck? It's not supposed to be a ref in a steel cage match. Anyway, unless, they're just trying to see whose feet touch the floor on escaping the ring. And the Bulldog has gotten into the ring, and then he attacks Triple H. So Bulldog doesn't give a fuck who he attacks. Bulldog gets a nut shot by The Rock, and then Triple H takes another rock bottom. The Rock crawls to the door, but Chyna runs down, and that's when she slams it onto his head. Triple H climbs up, and The Rock is right there to stop rolling with him. Chyna helps him out, and The Rock is knocked back down to the ring where the Bulldog power slams him. And that's when Triple H is able to escape from the ring. So Triple H retains, of course, on a British pay-per-view. They're not going to change the titles here, of course.
Which is fucked up.
Which would be, they should. Because,
just give them. Right. Give them a title change. They deserve it. They're, like, I tell you, UK fans are hardcore.
Oh, shit.
Like, they know they're wrestling. I'd say overall they're probably more educated than, U.S. fans.
Yeah, and they have the...
Like, I don't know. They don't get enough respect. Like, give them a title change. Give them a big moment. Sure. Give them a WrestleMania. They need a fucking WrestleMania, too.
Right, and
I don't give a fuck if I have to watch it at 3 in the morning or whatever.
Oh, exactly. The timing and just the fact that they had to seek things out. They had to tape trade to get shit that wasn't in their country. That was like...
give me a break. They'll go to fucking Saudi Arabia. Give them a big fucking crown jewel event and shit. Where the fuck was Saudi Arabia in the 90s? Why the fuck doesn't England have a huge event? And they should get a WrestleMania. That event should be a WrestleMania. They should get a WrestleMania, a SummerSlam, a Royal Rumble, or Survivor Series. They should get one of the big four.
Right.
They deserve it.
Every other year or something.
Yeah.
If we're truly going to be world wrestling entertainment,
give them
spread
something.
It out. There's fucking 12 pay-per-views a year.
Yeah, they've got plenty of fantastic talent from
right. They have
the
their
now.
NXT UK.
Yeah, that's not the same.
No, I know.
Give them.
I don't mean that is they should be happy with. I'm saying they have that, so
okay, gotcha.
Build from that, and they can put stars on the main show from that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucking right. But anyway, here they are, and they're sucking ass with this. And Vince is gonna come out. He's gonna be pissed off with the finish of this because Bulldog came out and Bulldog hurt his daughter earlier. So he's gonna come down. He's gonna lock the damn cage. He's gonna trap the Bulldog in the cage, and The Rock is gonna beat the shit out of the Bulldog and hit the rock bottom and land the people's elbow. And that's it right there. So that's Rebellion. That's the main event of Rebellion, which is pretty good. It's one of the better UK pay-per-views of this time period, like I said. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the matches in the Attitude Era update a little later. But let's move on to Raw 332 from October 4th, 1999. This is live from East Rutherford, New Jersey. And we're going to start with a promo from Triple H. So let's take a listen to what he has to say.
And it will be special, I promise you, next Monday night in the Georgia Dome. I can't wait for that.
You didn't wait to hear what the game's got to say right now either.
Now Stone Cold Steve Austin is training once or twice a day, every day, in preparation to meet Triple H at No Mercy for the WWF title. Austin almost got his career ended by Triple H at SummerSlam. Austin rehabbing his knee like a crazy man, has not been cleared to return yet to active competition.
I bet you couldn't believe that. And you didn't realize Triple H had that in him to just pummel and almost end the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, did you?
Well,
go ahead.
I don't want to really say what I think about Triple H.
Oh, better not do it. Feel that arm over there. See
the fans here are saying it for me.
Is your arm healed up yet, Jr.?
My arm's fine. Thanks for your concern.
2 weeks, 13 days. Stone Cold Steve Austin, you and I will stand in the very center of this ring, face to face, eye to eye, one more time. And Austin, you will see the fire in my eyes. That same exact fire you saw in my eyes the night I laid your ass out. The night I took you out of this business. Austin, at the aptly titled No Mercy, you will be lucky to escape without the same. Now I've noticed that the toughest SOB in the World Wrestling Federation didn't have the guts to be in the same building with me here tonight.
Huh.
What?
Not true.
But I do understand that there was an exclusive interview. And he might not have the guts, but I know somebody with enough gut to get in here. So JR, why don't you come up here with me and enjoy this little interview I'm gonna have them play.
No, I ain't interested in that.
Yeah, right, don't do it.
That ain't my kind of deal.
Come on, JR. Look, I'm going to apologize right now. All that stuff between you and me, the whole broken arm thing, I'm sorry, man. That was in the past. You know, I was an angry young man then, just like you've said a million times, and now that I am the champ,
yeah, I think he means it this time, JR.
I'm a little more calm. I'm in control, JR. I promise you this, nothing will happen to you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come right out here.
Uh-oh.
God.
I'm even going to do you this, because I know you work hard, JR, and I don't want you to, strain yourself, so I'm going to get you a chair so you're nice and comfy.
What choice do I have?
I'm going to get in the ring right here, JR.
I think you're all right.
Set that up for you, front row chair. Come on in here with the champ, JR. I promise.
Go on.
Nothing
right.
bad will come of this.
I got your back. You're okay.
I'm sure you do.
Come on, let's hear for good old JR.
Don't worry. You're okay, JR. He wouldn't dare do a thing to you with me sitting here.
No hard feelings, right?
Oh, good. See there? Let bygones be bygones.
Have a seat right here, JR. Have a seat right here.
All right, so JR mentions right away that Stone Cold has been training twice a day to rehab his knee and to get ready for No Mercy. But then when Triple H grabs the mic, he says, 13 days, Stone Cold Steve Austin, we will stand face to face in this ring one more time. You will see the fire in my eyes, the same fire you saw in my eyes the night I laid you out. And he goes on to say, you didn't have the guts to be in the arena with me tonight. He says, there was an exclusive interview you've done. Exclusive interview you did with JR. But let me See who has the guts. Or actually, who has enough gut to get in here with me. That's JR. JR, come up here with me. What a fucking dickhead. I know a guy who has enough gut to come in here. JR. So, Triple H apologizes for breaking his arm. JR is hesitant, of course, to get in there because he got his arm broke. But Jerry Lawler is like, oh, no, go in. I got you back. He's not going to mess with you.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure you do.
Yeah. He's like, Triple H won't mess with you. He knows I'm here.
Yeah, because everyone fears Jerry Lawler still. No.
Yeah.
Gonna pile driver.
Right. Fucking pile driver. So Triple H says, sorry for breaking your arm, I'm the champ now. I'm a little bit cooler now. I'm more in control. I'm calm. I won't do anything. Don't worry about it. Here's a chair. So he sits JR down in the middle of the ring with a chair, which is just vulnerable to sit down in the middle of a ring in a chair.
Yeah. Like, could you feel any more vulnerable?
Right. You already know what's going to happen. All right. So from there, once JR is sitting down in the chair, Triple H is going to bring up that there's an interview to be played. He's going to call for Bruce to play the interview. Jerry Lawler's like, who's Bruce? Fucking Bruce Pritchard, obviously. But Triple H is doing his thing, acting like, a guy that can do whatever he wants and just mention all the producers in the back. I guarantee, that's not scripted. That's just him like, yo, hey, Bruce, play this. But, hey, he's fucking running the business now, so it worked. He was acting like he ran the business then, and he is now, too. So anyway, let's take a listen to what Austin has to say in a little interview that he had with JR while he was out hunting. Take a listen.
Great. Now, Bruce, if we could get you to play this exclusive interview that JR got with his old pal, the Rattlesnake. Bruce. Let's see the old interview there.
Steve, a lot of the fans are wondering why you haven't wrestled since SummerSlam, and I talked to your surgeon this weekend, and he said that you have not been cleared to return to the ring, which brings up the question, are you going to be physically able, are you going to be cleared to compete at No Mercy for the WWF title?
Yeah, without a doubt, Stone Cold Steve Austin will show up at No Mercy ready to beat Triple H's ass. Cleared or not cleared, that does not make a difference because I've come back from worse injuries than this. And you think that I was pissed off when this happened, with all the time on my hands that I've had sitting on my ass at the house, it sucks. So when I get my hands on Triple H, he will have hell to pay, and that is the bottom line on that subject.
I know that from talking to your therapist, they say that you're rehabbing once or twice a day, every day. How do you stay motivated?
Well, that's a dumb question because all I got to do is plug in that tape of SummerSlam and watch that son of a bitch wail on me with the steel chair, and that's all the motivation I need. Because Stone Cold Steve Austin has been in the World Wrestling Federation, and if you've ever pissed me off, you always get a payback. And at No Mercy, Triple H will get his payback, and nobody pays back any better than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nobody.
Wow.
Pretty.
All right, so when they show the interview, it says last Friday, which made no sense to me because from everything that I've read, everything that I've done notes on, it says that it was a Monday night episode. And here it is saying, oh, this was Raw from last Friday. And I even looked more to see if, maybe it was preempted and they played it on a Friday, but nothing. So maybe they just fucked up with the graphic. But anyways, they say that, and Austin says, I'm ready to kick Triple H's ass. Triple H will have hell of a pay. I've had a lot of time to sit on my ass, and that sucks. Then JR asks Austin how he stays motivated to work out twice a day. And Austin said, well, that's a dumb question. He goes, all I have to do is put that tape in of SummerSlam and watch that son of a bitch wail on me with a chair. That's all the motivation I need. Ready to go back to the ring. Beat the shit out of me with that damn chair. if you ever been pissed, actually Austin says, if you ever pissed me off, you know I always get my payback. I will get my payback at no mercy. Triple H will get his payback. And nobody pays back better than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nobody. So a lot of payback. Maybe we should call this episode Payback.
Payback with interest.
So that's part of that. And then it continues on. We get another audio segment to listen to. So let's take a listen to the wrap-up of this Triple H and JR promo and the fallout to Austin's response. Take a listen.
Pretty bad words from a crippled man that's not here from far away. That sounds pretty good. But, JR, you and the old rattlesnake are pretty tight, right? You're pretty good friends with him. He's your boy, right? He's your boy. Let me ask you a question, JR.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
What do you think Austin thinks of me?
I'd really rather not say.
Oh, boy.
I can see where you'd say that because you're afraid I'd get mad at you, but I'm not going to beat up the messenger on this. You're saying what he would say. It's not your fault now, so if it's bad, don't worry. I'm not going to beat you up or nothing. You can tell me, what do you think a guy like Austin, I respect his opinion. What do you think he thinks of me?
He thinks you're an asshole.
Uh-oh! Oh, my. Well, I think JR may have started something here. This guy is the game. He's the WWF champion, and these people are showing him absolutely no respect.
Figured he would. Figured I crippled him and all. Let me ask you, JR, me being the champ and all, I am the man here. Let me ask you this. Since I am the champ and I am the man, what does a guy like you, I mean, you're a respected journalist over there, commentator. What would a guy like you think about me? What do you think of me, JR?
Oh, no.
You really want to know?
No.
Oh, I really, really, really want to know what you think of me.
Yeah, I do too.
I think you're a sorry, low-down S.O.B.
Well, thanks for being there, JR.
That's a pretty good piece of business.
No! My God, I knew it! Why would JR?
Well, that's a damn slobber knocker, isn't it, JR?
Oh! Why would JR say something like that?
This is about to pick up, JR.
You can't provoke Triple H like that.
I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass, JR.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, come on, guys. Get this stopped. Oh, look out, look out. Look out. Triple H trying to do what he did to Austin to JR now. Now Triple H putting the bad mouth on JR. Come on, get him out of there. It's enough. It's enough.
All right, so Triple H is going to ask JR, Austin's your boy, right? Austin's your boy. What do you think Austin thinks of me? JR's like, I'd rather not say. Triple H assures him, don't worry. I'm only asking what Austin would say, not what you would say. I'm not going to attack the messenger. So JR was like, okay. I think he thinks you're an asshole. Then the crowd's like, asshole. And then Triple H asks JR, well, what do you think of me? I really, really want to know. Which, why would you ask that? You just said you were only asking what Austin wanted to know, and you weren't going to do anything, and it's not personal. You're not going to attack the messenger. But now you're making it personal. Now you're asking what JR wants to think. Who gives a fuck? Why are you asking him what he thinks? You're not wrestling him. Then JR, I guess at this point, he has the balls to say it. I think you're a sorry, low-down SOB. Then I love when Lawler cuts in and says, thanks for being here, JR. Then Triple H just goes, that's a pretty good piece of business. And then clotheslines him right off the chair in the center of the ring. I just said moments ago, obviously you don't want to be set up in the middle of the ring because you're going to get fucking crushed. You're vulnerable there in the middle of the ring, and that's what happened there.
Especially in a fucking chair.
Right.
Does he stand up?
Right, absolutely. Just stand
so you can
up.
waddle away.
Yeah, why would you ever, in that kind of position, sit down? If you feel threatened...
You're smarter than that, JR.
Right.
You're smarter than that.
If you feel threatened, you never sit down. So anyway, Triple H stomps the shit out of him. And actually, I like this part of Triple H's little promo here. He goes to town on JR, and he just spits out a bunch of JR greatest hits. He says, well, that's a damn slobberknocker, isn't it, JR? Business is about to pick up, JR.
Mocking him.
I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your ass, JR. That was pretty cool. I thought that was actually a little funny. And the refs finally come down. They break things up. They take the steel chair away. And Triple H is just picking on JR because he knows Austin isn't in the building. So that's a pretty cool thing. Like, you know, it's kind of a chicken shit heel type thing to do. Where, all right, I know the guy that will kick the shit out of me is not here, so I'm going to pick on his friend.
Yeah, and he does play a bully heel.
Right.
Well, yep. Triple H. That's one thing I'll give him. Over all the years, when he's the bully, or you know, even when he's been the figure of the authority,
right?
He's a bully.
Still a bully.
He does that well.
Yep. No, it is a good character for him because it is like we don't totally respect you, but if you're a bully, then it's like that works for you because we don't like you. If you don't like somebody and they're a bully, it works because bullies are generally pussies, but take advantage of people. And that's what he's doing here. So yeah, definitely cool shit. All right, so we move on now to SmackDown, episode 7 from October 7th, 1999. And we're going to get Austin hanging out with his pal, hanging out with good old JR. He's going to do some hunting. Hunting for Hunter. Let's take a listen to this little promo in the woods.
Back here at Nassau Coliseum on SmackDown, somewhere in the bowels of this building, a room full of poisonous snakes. Why the hell are they here? Well, speaking of snakes, JR caught up with the Texas rattlesnake, Stone Cold, on a hunting trip.
Man, boy, that'd leave a mark. This is a hell of a way to get ready for a wrestling match.
You think it is?
Well, it's different.
You're damn right. I'm out here and I'm trying to relax a little bit, but I can't relax because I got him on my mind.
Yeah.
And you don't do Steve Austin like you did and expect not to get a payback. And he will get a payback, man. There's going to be a point where I'm going to lose it. And he's going to feel everything that I've been feeling for the last 2 months. You know, sitting on my ass thinking about what he did to me. And like I said before, no one pays back any better than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But the bottom line is, I think that I could see in his face that he's very concerned.
Yeah, he's very concerned. When you're getting a little nervous and you get a little scared, you do desperate things. And he's already had my attention before. You know, now he's really got it. And he sits there and he considers himself the game. You know, when I think of games, I think of tiddlywinks and bull like that. You know, this ain't no game. The World Wrestling Federation Championship means everything to me. And I've always said that if you're not in the World Wrestling Federation to hold that belt, then I really don't know why you're here. Yeah. So that's why I'm in the WWF, and he's got that son of a and it will come back to Stone Cold Steve Austin if I got anything to do about it. And the fact of the matter is I do, and that's going to happen at No Mercy.
Pretty ironic that this pay-per-view on October the 17th is called No Mercy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. Because after what he did to me, I ain't going to give him no mercy.
The rattlesnake ready for Triple H. Wait a minute. What the hell's Triple H doing in that room full of poisonous snakes? Look at him. What's he doing? The WWF champion is... No! He's open. Wait a minute. Triple H is going into that snake tank.
Well...
All right, so just prior to this promo, they show a set of tanks. Which, this shit sucks. I'm just going to say it straight up. This shit sucks. But they got a set of tanks, and there's a bunch of snakes randomly in the arena in Long Island, New York. Fucking tanks of snakes. Some of them are poisonous. That's the big word. They're all poisonous. Then we cut to this promo of Austin. Austin's out in the woods with JR. And he's doing target practice. And he has pictures of Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Like, legit. Not Triple H. It's like 1997 not Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley pictures. You know, with the long pants and... Yeah. So, he's got those attached to pumpkins. And he's shooting the pumpkins. It makes sense because it's October or late September when they actually taped it. Who knows when they did this footage, actually. So it could have been late September, early October. But they got the pumpkins out here. And he's shooting the pumpkins all over the place. He thinks he's the game. When I think of games, I think of Tweedle. What is it called? Fucking Tweedlewinks? Tweedlewinks? What the fuck is it?
I don't know.
Anyway, fucking a game from like the 1940s, Tweedlewinks. And bullshit like that. The World Wrestling Federation Championship means everything to me. I've always said it. If you're not in the World Wrestling Federation to hold the belt, then I don't know why you're here. So that's why I'm in the WWF. And he's got that son of a bitch. Meaning the belt. That son of a bitch is the belt. And I will come back. And it will come back to Stone Cold Steve Austin if I have anything to do with that. And the fact of the matter is, I'm going to do that at No Mercy. So, Austin cuts that promo on Triple H there in the woods, shooting fucking guns and shooting the pumpkins with Triple H on them. JR's like standing by like his little puppy dog, wearing his headset like he's an air traffic controller.
Air traffic control? You on a runway, bro?
And then we go back to Triple H, though, and now he's back in the room with all the snakes. Snakes. I don't know that name. Snakes. Is it in Home Alone? Is it Snakes or Snapes?
Snakes.
All right, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It's snakes.
It's gotta be snakes.
They can't change that. It's snakes.
Yeah. It might be Snapes, but I'll go with snakes. Snakes. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that in closed caption on, and it's
snakes. All right. So yeah. So Triple H is back in the room with snakes, and he's gonna cut. A little promo here. So let's take a listen to what he has to say with this fucking snakes. Like he's Jake the Snake.
So Austin is off hunting with good old JR stuck to his ass, huh? How you doing, JR? Sorry about that whole stomping a mud hole in your ass thing. It wasn't really you. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was kind of thinking about Austin. You know, Austin, I might not be the great redneck hunter that you are, but I'm a pretty good trapper myself. And you see, I'm not afraid of snakes. Not even a rattlesnake. You know, they say the best way to kill one of these is to cut its head off. That's too good for you, Austin. No mercy. I'm gonna one-up that. See, because what I'm gonna do, Austin, at No Mercy, is show you exactly that. What I'm gonna do is take you in a nice little cozy place. And sure are a fast little guy, Austin. You know, so small, so threatening, so deadly. But most of it's a big show. See, all that rattling, all that noise, it's really just a big smoke screen. You're really just scared. So what I'm gonna do is, once I lay you down with the pedigree, Austin, I'm gonna finish what you said I should have done and finished at SummerSlam. Let's step away. And I'm gonna get the thing that can get the job done. I'm gonna finish what I should have started, Austin. So I'm gonna come back to your little limp body. I'm gonna say goodbye to you, Austin. One last time.
No! What the hell is he doing?
Austin!
Triple H there's a snake inside that bag! And Triple H is hammering it with a sledgehammer!
It's gonna be about that.
The champion
There's no
obviously
mercy.
trying to send a message, making a point to the Texas Rattlesnake. Yeah, it might not be that easy at No Mercy.
That's the end of
He's sick.
All right, so Triple H is like, yeah, so Austin, Austin is off with JR up his ass, which he's right. The whole stomp in a mud hole. Sorry about that, JR, about the whole stomp in the mud hole in your ass. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Austin, I may not be a great redneck hunter like you are, but I am a damn good trapper myself, and I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm not even a rattlesnake. I'm not even afraid of rattlesnakes. And the best way to kill one of these is cut their head off. But that's too good for you, Austin. And then Triple H proceeds to take out a little fucking pussy snake out of one of the tanks. And he's claiming
if it's a rattlesnake, it doesn't even have a rattle on it.
Right, it's claiming it's a rattlesnake. It's not a fucking rattlesnake.
Yeah.
So he takes this fucking little baby snake, garden snake, and he fucking puts it in a burlap sap. And Triple H actually looks scared as fuck during his promo.
Yeah, he does.
He's doing his lines convincingly, but his body movements are like, I don't want to fucking do this. So you can see, like, all right, you got your acting skills down, but you don't got the body acting down. You still look scared. He's like putting his hand. He's very
because it probably still has
wary.
its teeth, so it probably still has its fangs.
Right.
So that's. I mean, I don't know. I would imagine that it still hurts if that thing bites you.
Of course.
I'm sure there's no venom and shit, but
who wouldn't be afraid of snakes?
Yeah.
And to deal with them. And
unless you're like one of those snake handlers, people that have pet snakes and shit, which I doubt. Fucking Triple H was. Clearly he wasn't because he's scared.
Right. We know it. We see it. So he's scared there. He grabs the snake. He said, all of that rattle and all that noise is really just a smoke screen. You're really scared. And I'm going to finish you. Which is the complete opposite based on this promo. He's the one that's scared here. Put it on a smoke screen. And what the fuck does Austin care about snakes? That's my thing. What the fuck does Austin care about Triple H handling snakes? If I was Austin, I'd be like, sitting back drinking a beer. Hey, pal, what the fuck you doing? I don't give a fuck about those damn snakes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Go fuck the snakes all you want. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Does that threaten me? Fuck off. Who the fuck's writing this shit? But anyway, we move on. We get the last portion of this. Triple H is going to come out and say a few words. So let's take a listen to his last few words about No Mercy coming up in the next week.
It wasn't entering Austin enough at SummerSlam.
1 week from this Sunday, October 17th, No Mercy. If you think this rattlesnake looks bad, wait till you see that one.
Oh, come on.
Because just like this rattlesnake, at No Mercy, Steve Austin, you too will be going back to Texas in a body bag.
Wow. This has turned into a 6 sadistic game for the game, Triple H.
Triple H, what kind of message are you trying to send to the rattlesnake? This disgusting display. Triple H.
All right, so Triple H just comes out to the ring. He comes out with the snake bag. He had just hammered the shit out of the snake, out of the burlap sack with the sledgehammer, which is crazy. That wouldn't fly today, obviously.
I think they switched that, though, before.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can tell. No.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not
saying
believing
like
that. No way. Not believing that actually happened. You can see that, he puts it down. They cut to him on a different angle, and then they go back to the bag. So, yeah, they switched the bag out, of course. But just the idea of somebody crushing a snake, they would never even try to do today. Which is sad because what the fuck else? What happens on other drama?
They can act like they're going to kill people, but you can't act like you're going to...
Right, that's the problem with wrestling is that it gets considered to be like it's real when they know it's not real, but it is under the scrutiny of being a real story. Like, oh no, you can't do that.
Because it was once a lot of people once believed it was real in like the fucking 60s and 70s.
It's just crazy. Where you get,
like, dude, everyone knows it's fiction.
Right, it's a story. Just like if you put on Amazon Prime and watch Jack Ryan, you can't get offended by what somebody does in the show.
Everyone but little kids.
Yeah.
And I think even they know because parents just fucking tell them. So they don't do dumb shit. Like, listen, this shit's fucking scripted.
Or they just say, well, you have to be trained. You got to do this. You got to learn to do this first.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not fake to the point. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
When I say fake, other wrestling fans know what I mean by fake.
I know what you mean.
I'm not like an ignorant wrestling fan that's like, if I said that to like Vader, hopefully he's not going to like smack me in the head like he did that dude on that talk show because
you
want to see fake? It's like, listen, motherfucker, you know what I mean by fake. It's fiction.
Right. Right, I know you're fucking busting your ass.
Yeah. When fucking a 205 guy does a fucking shooting star press, he's not like on a bungee cable. I get he's really doing that.
Yeah. Somebody lands on their back. Yeah, I know. I don't want to jump on the floor right now. I'll land on my back. I know it's fucking...
I felt those ropes. Those things fucking hurt. It seems like the worst part of wrestling is you always got to hit those ropes, and they're like fucking stupid hard.
All right, so that was just a little short promo there, and Triple H is saying, he's gonna get back at the rattlesnake at No Mercy. You think this rattlesnake looks bad in this burlap sack? Well, that's gonna be you because just like this rattlesnake, you're gonna be in a body bag. That's that there. And then just one last thing before we move on to our break and then the Attitude Era update. From the Observer on October 18th, it's reported that Austin did have the legitimate injury of the TCL, and he wasn't ready to wrestle for No Mercy, so that's why he's off TV. But he did have some kind of altercation with Vince Russo during this time where he didn't want to go along with everything Russo wanted to do, and he had decided at this point, I'm taking a break. And he took time off to go deer hunting in Michigan. And basically said, I'm not going to be on these 2 shows, 2 to 3 weeks leading up to the pay-per-view. I'm off. I'm going deer hunting in Michigan. So I guess the compromise was JR is going to go out to Michigan with Austin and do those deer hunting interviews of him shooting the pumpkins with Triple H.
He's a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
That had to be one take, I believe it.
I bet. So he's actually legit on vacation, and he decided, okay, fine, I'll do these fucking promos while I'm on my little vacation. And then I'll go back to my match at No Mercy. And from that point, though, Austin didn't wrestle. He didn't wrestle from SummerSlam until No Mercy. I think he did maybe one match that we covered, like a little shit match. But he hasn't done much at all during that whole run from August to October. And then we know the injury's coming up. His surgery's coming up soon, so he's going to be gone until late 2000. So he's basically done at this point. And with that said, we're done here with our Austin story for this week. And we'll be back in just a moment after hearing from our friends at Talking Taker we'll be back with the Attitude Era update for September 20th through October 7th of 1999. See you in a moment.
Deadman walking.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Stone Cold fans? This is Alex Dorio, one of the hosts of Talking Taker. And along with my co-host and fellow creature of the night, Travis White, we are digging up the career of the Deadman, one pay-per-view match at a time, on a podcast journey that's a lot like what you're listening to right now on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. So if you're enjoying what Mike and JV are doing here, going through the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, come check us out as we explore the Undertaker's 3 decades of destruction. We're right in the midst of the Biker Taker era right now, so you can jump right in or start over from the beginning and hear us discuss the Undertaker's side of the story from his many battles with the Rattlesnake, The Rock, Mankind, and more. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, and more. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Talking Taker. Thanks to Mike and JV for letting us plug the show, and take her easy. What? I said, take her easy.
Alright, and we're back with the Attitude Era update for September 20th through October 7th of 1999. But before we get into the little details of the different storylines going on, there is some newsworthy things happening in the WWF at this time. And that is Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara are leaving the WWF at this time. On October 3rd of 1999, they, in the middle of the night, sneakily, they sign with WCW. And they leave. What they've done a great job with throughout 97, 98, and into 99. I would say maybe a little less in 99. But that's just my opinion. But they're taking their business to WCW.
Heading to Atlanta.
Yeah, heading to Atlanta. So, that last... Was it SmackDown? Yeah, the last SmackDown that we just covered. That would be the last of the... Actually, no, not that SmackDown, but the Raw before that. So, the Raw from October 4th, live from East Rutherford, New Jersey. That would actually be their last Raw that they were a part of. I think maybe they weren't even a part of that because I think they signed the contract actually the night before. So maybe they did write it already at this point, but they weren't there for it. So yeah, so that was the last one they actually wrote, was the Raw 332 from New Jersey, and they're gonna move on. And they're going to go to WCW, and yeah, we know what happens to WCW within a year and a half. So
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So I think we figured out who was the real brains. And that's always been the argument, is that, Vince Russo led them through the Attitude Era.
Yeah, wrong Vince.
Yeah. Vince was the fucking filter. Vince was the one that decided, okay, yeah, we'll do that. No, we're not going to do that. And then when Russo and Ferrara went to WCW, they had free reign. They did whatever they wanted, and it fucked all the boys, and everyone was pissed, and it fell apart. So they didn't have a Vince McMahon to say, that's not going to be good. But I can see why Russo left for his reasons that he did, is because they added SmackDown, and Russo had to write SmackDown. So his schedule became even crazier, and he had little kids at the time, and he never got to see his kids. So
and the money probably wasn't worth it. I'm sure if they had compensated him, I'm sure money played a factor into it.
Oh no, he asked for more money, and he didn't get it. So that's when
So if he's not going to see his kids and work harder, you got to compensate him to make it worth it.
And even in the meeting, Vince McMahon told him, "I pay you enough. Can you get a nanny?" So Vince Russo's thought behind that is, this guy doesn't give a fuck about me and my family. So, yeah. So I can understand it.
Vince understands sacrifice. I'm sure he wasn't around for all his kids' stuff.
No.
I'm sure he missed a lot of important stuff.
Right.
Usually rich people do.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't fault Vince either because he made sacrifices. Like, dude, you want this? You got to sacrifice. I missed out on a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. And when I'm old, I'll get to make it up with my grandkids. Great game. Great. Actually, he's not going to make it up with anybody because he's going to work fucking forever.
Yeah, he's going to work till he dies. He's a workaholic.
Yep.
Got to respect that. Got to respect the hustle.
Yep. All right, so that's a big deal happened at this point. Also, just days later, on October 5th, Draws gets paralyzed by D'Lo Brown in a match by an accident on the SmackDown taping. And Draws is going to be done at this point. And that's a shame. And Draws has gone on to help out a lot of people with different things that he's put together, helping out paraplegics and just being a motivational type of guy. At this point, he's very positive. So, well, we've shit on his character a lot. It's unfortunate that this happens to him here with D'Lo Brown, who is a solid worker, and obviously it's an accident. D'Lo Brown has felt like shit for a long time after that. So that sucks to happen here to a young guy. Like, I think Draws was like only 31 at the time. So that happens there. And then the very next day after that, on October 6th, Gorilla Monsoon passes away after a long battle. And he lived from 1937 to 1999. So, a bunch of hard-hitting things there. You know, you got the top writer of the show leaving. Then you get two big tragedies. Draws gets paralyzed. Gorilla Monsoon dies. You know, and then the next newsworthy things aren't up to that level. But Chaos Comics is going to make a 4-part series of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Jerry Lawler loses as the mayor of Memphis. Are you brushing your teeth over there?
Oh, my bad. I didn't think you could. I thought I had mute on. I had Doritos at our break, and I was drinking my water, and I was trying to, rinse it all out. Oops.
So Chaos Comics. JV, you ever hear of Chaos Comics? You're a big comics guy.
No, I haven't. There's so many.
Yeah. Oh, that is totally independent comic back from the 90s. I've seen them before, and I think I'm gonna grab those comics and see what the fuck they're about.
Nice.
Maybe,
check the bottom bins at Time Capsule.
Yeah, I can check those, and I'll check Amazon or whatever. But yeah, maybe if we run out of special editions, we can review a comic. That'd be funny. But that's Chaos Comics. That's Stone Cold, and then, like I said, Jerry Lawler loses, and we mentioned that before. And he only got 12% of the vote, but that election was that week there in October, so it's all over at that point for Jerry Lawler, and he's going to stick to wrestling. But now we get to the Attitude Era update in full, and the biggest portion of this Attitude Era update is probably the best portion of what was going on in the WWF at this time, and that is the Rock and Sock connection. And it's going to kick off big time here on Raw 331 from September 27th, 1999. It is Rock, this is your life. What a fucking great segment.
Oh, these things are money.
I don't even want to go through all this. I just want to say, like, what did you like about this, JV? Did you actually go back and watch any of this, or?
No, I did.
You want to go off memory? All right. So
No, I did.
You watch it.
So you were speaking to the one where the home ec teacher shows up.
Yeah, all
teacher.
that. Yep. Of course,
yeah, that was awesome. What's great is how witty The Rock is. Because I'm always curious to know like how scripted this was, or how planned it was, or how much The Rock just kind of like winged it.
Well, I know it was planned because I did a little bit of research on it. It's a big deal. It's like, all right, this is one of the biggest things that happened in the Attitude Era, and we do our Attitude Era updates, so we gotta fucking kind of give it some justice here. So what happens is this segment doesn't come from Vince Russo. So there's that. It comes from another writer. He's named Bill Banks. He came up with the idea. He pitched it to Russo and Ed Ferrara. And he came up with the idea when he was looking through a TV guide. And as he was looking through the TV guide, he saw just a long stretch of one show. So he was looking at, if you remember TV guides, people out there that are maybe our age in the 30s, late 30s, 40s. If you're in your 20s, then go fuck yourself. You don't know TV guide. It's like going on your guide and you see the same show, same thing, hour after hour, after hour, after hour. And it was This Is Your Life was the show. This is your life. This is your life. It was a marathon. It was a 1950s show. So the writer was like, all right, fine. Like, he had some connection to that show and remembered it. Like, oh man, we could use that with this. So he applied it to the WWF and said this would be a great idea to do, The Rock, This Is Your Life. And This Is Your Life was always a segment or a show where 3 people from somebody's life would be brought back to surprise them as they were older. And that was one of the original shows back in the 1950s. And that's when TV first kicked off, was the 1950s.
Yep.
So it's one of the original television programs. And it was only 3 major stations, so pretty cool right there that happened and they brought that back. And now it's considered to be a wrestling segment more than a fucking TV show from the 50s.
Because he did it again recently.
Yeah, well, they did it a couple times.
Yeah.
They did it again a few years after this, I think, from 99, maybe like early 2000s. But yeah, they definitely did it. They did it with Jericho and Owens, right? Was it Jericho and Owens?
I think so.
Or something like that they did, Jericho and Owens. But yeah, they've done it a couple times since. No, it was Alexa Bliss, I think.
I don't recall that.
Well, anyway, it's played out. They've done it. It's a thing now. This is your life. And I would say the content of it is not that great, but it's The Rock, So you can't shit on The Rock. The Rock's great at this time. But everybody loved it. Apparently Vince McMahon thought it sucked.
No way. I thought it was awesome. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know your prom date or whatever was going to be a slut or a skank.
Yeah. But I guess the major gripe with it was that it was too long.
I loved it.
Vince McMahon
I watched this whole thing again.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it the whole. You mean you watched it just that one time? Watching the note?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I made sure I was like, I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. But yeah, it was damn good. But Vince McMahon, according to the research I had, was he didn't like it because it went over and it messed up the rest of the show. And it's like, this is the most fucking memorable thing that happens. So how can you get mad at it? But you don't know that in a moment, that this is going to be what's memorable. And yeah, it takes away time from other people in the show, but the fuck? You can't do everything as scripted as always, because that's when you become stale. So Vince McMahon apparently told Russo and Ferrara, never let a segment run that long again. And it's funny, just weeks later, Russo and Ferrara leave. and they go to WCW. So that's like their curtain call, basically. We came up with this great segment. Well, we got the advice from Bill Banks to do this segment. We put it together. You tell us it sucks. Oh, fuck you. We're out of here. You want us to work SmackDown. You want us to do double the work for the same pay. We're out of here. We're gonna work in Atlanta, and we're gonna have to do as many shows. So good for them. But it's all gonna fall apart. So was there any other highlights for that segment that you liked?
For that specific segment that I can remember, no. There are other stuff between The Rock and Mankind that I liked.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is the greatest portion of the Attitude Era.
This is the highlight of it all,
right?
Of what we're covering now.
Yeah, so it's the one thing that threw me off though is that Yurple the Clown had always been returned when they go to Lansing, Michigan, and I thought, all right, she must be from East Lansing, Michigan, and that's why she's always there. But they're not in East Lansing, Michigan for this show. But they actually just brought her in for it. So like, oh, all right, fine. It's not just that. So that threw off my theory.
Huh, so they paid to fly her out and shit?
Well, maybe she's from there, or I'm just wrong. Maybe she's a fucking person that sews their asses tight together.
Seamstress.
Yeah, seamstress. Who knows? But her first two appearances were there, so I was like, all right, that's got to be something. But here they are here, and they're not there. Well, yeah, fucking great segment, obviously. And I guess we don't have to go through everything, but yeah, that was fucking fun. You got the teachers coming out and Rock shitting on them. You got Coach Everhart. Just a shit show. I've read some things like, oh, you got these poor actors coming out there, and it's like, why are you shitting on it? It's funny. Rock shitting on people.
Yeah, the fact that they're not good actors is what makes it so great.
Right.
Because you put these schmucks in the ring with an all-star like The Rock. I thought it was awesome.
No, it was great. Oh, the ex-girlfriend.
I like when he says something like, she's like, Rocky, you can go to second base next or something, right?
Yeah. And he even uses that later on. He's like, actually, let me see. Actually, let me read the whole thing right here. I got it. So Mankind's going to introduce the girlfriend. It's Joanne Embriotti. And you used to love The Rock's tongue. That's what he says. That, go for second base. I didn't up slowly. But you cut The Rock off at second base. And The Rock says she wants to give him a serving of poontang pie. So poontang pie your ass out of here.
You think that actress tells everyone how she did this segment with The Rock? Because, considering how big The Rock is now.
Oh, guaranteed.
I would.
Yeah, no shit. I worked with The Rock.
Which brings me to another topic, off topic.
Yeah, sure.
I tell everyone that John Cena follows me on Twitter. And that's not nearly as cool.
He still follows you on Twitter?
He still does, man.
Well, what was it that got him to follow you?
No clue. One day, I had a notification, and it was John Cena is now following you.
You never tweeted at him or anything?
Not that I recall, no.
Maybe just, I don't know, fuck, who the hell knows?
I might have. I forget, but he follows me. We're friends.
I remember that. Yeah, you're pals, man. You gotta tweet out a bottom line cast, too. Then he might unfollow you.
Yeah, I don't want to harass him. I don't like his stuff. I don't respond. I don't want to fuck it up our friendship.
Hey, man, it's all cool, man.
Yeah.
Not trying to fuck.
Let him be him. He don't bother me. I don't bother him. It's mutual. You don't like my shit. I don't like his. You don't retweet me. I don't retweet him.
Like,
send each other birthday cards.
It's like, oh, he's a Celtics fan. All right, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I like some tweet he had one time. We're friends now.
Let me make sure he still follows me. Watch him not. I'll be so sad. I'll go to bed right now.
No.
Let's see. Followers. I guess I can just search John
Search John.
Cena. Yep, still follows me.
All right. You're still friends.
Yeah. My boy. Rise above hate, never give up. We're good like that.
All right, so you got the big thing there. You got the This Is Your Life. So obviously this is something you should go back and watch. It's Raw 331, September 27th, 1999. If you didn't know the date for this, that's the date. Go back and watch it. It's fucking hilarious. I wanted to be able to play some of it, but it's just too fucking long. It's legit like 20 minutes. And we're not going to play that. So go back and watch it on your own if you haven't. And if you have, fucking watch it again. It's great. But from there, the Rock and Sock connection starts to have some troubles because Mankind is getting very sensitive with a lot of shit going on ever since he devoted his love to The Rock during that This Is Your Life. And it all comes about because later on in that episode of Raw, Val Venus is going to find Mr. Rocco, which was a present that Mankind gave The Rock, which is a sock with The Rock's face on it. That's Mr. Rocco.
We're getting into the segment now with Val Venus?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
And another gift that Mankind gave out to The Rock was a jacket, which was the Rock and Sock Connection jacket, suit jacket. So basically, The Rock is like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. He throws both of those things in the trash. And Val Venus is caught on GTV finding Mr. Rocco. He takes it and he stuffs it down his pants to make his cock look bigger. And that leads to a promo on SmackDown episode 6 from September 30th, 1999. And Mankind comes out. He comes out with his jacket, the Rock and Sock Connection, from the This Is Your Life promo. And Mankind calls out Val Venus. He says, "You took Rocco." And he stuff it down his pants or whatever. But he says, "Val, I know what you got in your pants, and I want it. Let me be a little bit more clear. I know what you got in your pants. Damn it, I need it. I will turn my back. Just whip it out and give it to me." And Val Venus is looking around like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck are you talking about, Mick Foley?
And Val Venus does a good job acting here.
Yes, this was great.
This is like an underrated segment.
No one talks about this ever, but this is fucking a great skit. Mankind says, it's about this big. He was in his hands to show how big it is. It's white. It's got a big, beautiful head on it. And we know we're talking about Mr. Rocco, so it's the Rock's head, but it's got a big, beautiful head on it. Either you reach into your pants and whip it out, and you place it in my hand, or so help me, I'll whip it out, and I'll stick it in your damn mouth. This is fucking great writing. And this had to be Russo, because this is still Russo's last weeks there. But this is funny to me. I don't give a fuck if it's, like, nasty. I wish they would do shit like this today.
It's definitely funny.
No.
It's all sexual innuendo.
Right. And when is sexual innuendo not funny? Who's it not funny to? People that...
I don't know. There weren't many SJWs then, so it was probably funny to everybody.
Yeah. So Val's like, I only putt from one side of the green, pal. And Mankind says...
he gets all homophobic.
Yeah, right. Mankind's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So it's just so fun. That's great comedy writing, is that Mankind is the one who is scaring off Val, and Val doesn't know what he's talking about. And then Val says something. Mankind's like, oh, what the hell are you talking about? Mankind thinks he's all innocent, and like, I'm just talking about a sock. You're talking about fucking. So great fucking promo there. Mankind shows him the GTV video. And then Val Venus is like, oh, okay. No big deal, man. I just saw it there. I picked it up. No big deal. What's the big deal? I'll give it back to you later. And the Mankind's all pissed off, like, you're busted, man. You're busted. So, it's just a great segment. This might be fucking. I want to try to find an Austin Oh Hell Yeah, but.
I was having a hard time with that.
Yeah. I might be all Attitude Era. Oh Hell Yeah and Oh Hell No's. Because there's not much in the Austin portion that's Oh Hell Yeah. Or even Oh Hell No. But from there, Mankind is going to go up against Bubba Ray Dudley. And Bubba Ray Dudley is the next guy on the list that is pissing off Mankind because Bubba Ray stole the jacket. Bubba Ray found the Rock and Sock jacket that Rock threw in the trash. And Mankind doesn't realize why these guys have it. He doesn't think that Rock would throw his shit away. Just doesn't believe it. So he's pissed off. He thinks they're stealing it from the Rock. So he confronts them. And you have a little altercation between them. You have their match. And it's just going to be a big schmoz, basically. And Stevie Rich is actually going to try to come out and help and join Mankind and be part of Mankind because the Dudleys have basically kicked Stevie Richards out of being part of them. And Stevie Richards is at this point where he's just trying to find somebody that likes him. So he's trying to join Mankind at this point. And then we go on to Mankind and The Rock backstage on Raw 332 from October 4th, which I thought was very, very funny. Good promo. Very short, but cool. It was Mankind spilling his guts to The Rock like, I don't think we can be a team anymore. Sorry. I think we need to split up. And Mankind spilling his guts, and The Rock is on a cell phone. And The Rock is just talking to whoever he's talking to. He's like, yeah, okay. And it's all matching up with what Mankind's saying. And then Mankind's like, all right, we're out. Okay, fine. And then The Rock's like, what the hell's going on? And he's talking to the person on his phone. He's like, oh, no, that was just Mankind. I think he's half retarded. So Mankind thinks everything's cool now. And The Rock's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Then later in that same episode, we get another promo, big breakout promo, with Chris Jericho involved. So The Rock is confronting Mankind about breaking up the Rock and Sock connection. Rock mentions that Mankind lost his jacket. And Mr. Rocco, Rock is about to say he never wanted that to happen. But Mankind cuts him off and says, I know you never wanted it to end. And Mankind says he will dedicate himself to their legendary tag team. There's been great tag teams in the past, especially tag teams like Skip and Zip of the Body Donnas.
Yeah, he named some like really obscure tag teams.
So Mankind wants to be remembered as one of the great teams. And then he does his chant, Rock and Sock, Rock and Sock, Rock and Sock. So this promo continues on. It's definitely, again, worth watching. All this shit with Rock and Sock is something you have to go back and watch. It's great. It's prime shit of the Attitude Era, especially at this point when things are about to really change through 99 into 2000. But anyway, you get Jericho interrupt, and Jericho cuts a solid promo on Rock and Mankind. Jericho's building up his chops here and getting kind of solid into the main event scene at this point. And The Rock is going to tell Jericho, keep your jerk-off dad out of the ring because a random fan jumps into the ring. So The Rock plays it off as like, Jericho, get your jerk off dad out of here. Just to shit on Jericho and shit on the fan at the same time.
I like Jericho's digs at The Rock. He's like, instead of saying Versace, he's like, "You're Versace."
Versace.
And then he makes fun of his haircut. Like he's got he's got a haircut like a teenage girl, and it's funny because Jericho really has like hair like a teenage girl.
Yeah, he's got
long hair.
Right, he's got the
Rock
long
has like
hair,
a fucking crop cut.
Exactly. Yeah, Rock has the typical haircut of that time.
Damn, Jericho was fucking. He still is. That guy just
knows how to talk.
He's just a good entertainer.
Yeah.
It's better than Triple H here.
Oh yeah.
I think he's better than Triple H all time.
Not all time, he is better. If he could have banged Stephanie McMahon, he'd be the man.
Oh yeah, just the way he reinvents himself. Guy's the man.
I believe it.
I don't care that he's fat now.
He's fucking 50.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fat and I'm 37.
Same here.
All right, so great promo there, and actually no, there was another good part of that. Another good part of that is that The Rock is gonna shit on Jericho for
Juventude?
Yeah, Juventude. Like, oh, you were down south wrestling some guy named Juventude.
Jericho's like, I took off his mask.
I took off his mask. And he did. It was funny.
Yeah.
Because I went back and I watched an episode from this time. I think it was the same day or the next week or whatever. Juventude had just lost his mask, and he was debuting without his mask for the first time. That's funny. That's cool. So, but it was kind of a rehash, though, of the debut of The Rock and Jericho going back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
And I almost think they should have just continued from that point instead of doing all the fuck around they did with Jericho for those first couple months. For late August and September. They should have just continued right from that point. You got Rock going up against Bulldog instead. Fucking Rock should have just been with Jericho from the start. Throughout that month. That would have helped Jericho big time. But instead, they have him do shit with Road Dogg. He has Curtis Hughes. And just a bunch of bullshit. Alright, so there's that, and then we move on. We got Mankind and Stevie Richards, who is now the new Dude Love. They're going up against the Dudley Boys because the Dudley Boys have started shit because they stole the jacket. Mankind is ultimately going to double arm DDT both of those guys through a table, but Val Venus is going to run off and take Mr. Rocco. So that's building up as a feud. Mankind and Val Venus. The Rock is going to have a match with Chris Jericho on Raw 332 on October 4th, 1999. Now, this was a pretty cool match. Good main event match. So this is a big match for Jericho. And this was supposed to be a match. It's actually a match that's very debated. Because Vince Russo has said for a long time that this was how he wrote the match, is that it was supposed to end this way, that The Rock was supposed to win. But recently, on a Chris Jericho podcast, Vince Russo said that I wrote that Chris Jericho should have won that match. He would have gotten over big time here if he beat The Rock. So for years, it was... he was following like company line, like, yeah, that's what that episode was as written. And now he's saying that, Chris Jericho should have won. When he's on Chris Jericho's podcast, he says that.
Of course, he's just trying to.
So I don't know what to think with this guy sometimes. Like, I want to believe what he says because he sounds so convincing when he says shit. He sounds logical. But then,
sometimes I don't think he's lying. I just think memory sucks.
It does suck.
My memory sucks, and I'm like, when this guy's saying he can remember booking decisions he made fucking 20 years ago, like,
who the fuck would remember any booking decision? Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know.
me.
No. I went to the Patriots game with my friend Ross the other day. Fucking game the Patriots lost in the playoffs. And he brought up stories that I didn't remember until he brought them up.
No shit.
No, it's like, okay, well, that was only like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever, Shit, I wouldn't remember if unless you remembered it. You almost don't remember your life. Other people remind you of what happened in your life.
Yeah, what shit you did in your life.
And it's not anything of not knowing. It's just you got so much shit going on. You don't remember the fucking little details of everything. That's just how it is. So when you're on a podcast, you're probably going to, and you're asked the question, you're probably going to say things that you don't really know because you want to make the story sound good. Because you're on a show. You're not going to say, "Oh, I don't know," because then it's like
you're not interested.
Yeah, fuck off this story. All right, let me get another guest.
Next.
Yeah. All right, so have all that with the Rock and Sock. Good match with Rock and Jericho there. We're going to get a little feud going on. Potential feud brewing up between Curtis Hughes and Jericho. Because now Curtis Hughes is starting to fuck up things for Jericho. He's throwing in the chair at the wrong time, and it's getting used against Jericho. So you can see the dissension building up there. Vince McMahon's going to head down to the ring during this match. And Bulldog's down there. Because Bulldog and McMahon have some heat because of Stephanie. And McMahon is actually going to fucking go rip shit and toss Bulldog right into the ring. And then The Rock kicks the shit out of Bulldog, stomps on his nuts. And that's how that show ends. Then we continue on there, and you get Rock and Mankind have a good promo on SmackDown 7 from October 7th, 1999. And The Rock is good as always, and he says, there are two things you can do about it. Val Venis, you can do nothing and like it, which I like. I always love that quote. You can do nothing and like it. It's fucking the typical asshole response. So Val Venis has Mr. Rocco, and they're gonna fight over fucking Mr. Rocco. So whatever. And Bulldog and Mankind are gonna have a match in that same night. And that's gonna end in a DQ. They fight off into the crowd. Val Venis later goes up against The Rock, which is a surprisingly, I guess it's not surprisingly, it's a good match. Val Venis is a solid worker. He could have been a big star if he wasn't fucking Val Venis. And he's up against
we've said
The
this
Rock.
in prior episodes too, so.
Right. And he shows it here in this match if you watch it from SmackDown 7 from October 7th, 1999. It's the main event. Hell of a match. Val Venis shows how great he is as a wrestler and how he can compete with somebody like The Rock. And he's got the build for it. He's got the height for it. He's got the look for it. It's just, a porn star is never going to be the star. So he's hampered with that. That's kind of what screws him. But he puts on a good match here. And this is going to lead ultimately to The Rock and Mankind arguing at the end of the match. So that's just building up there with them. All right, so that's a great Rock and Sock connection feud going on. So we see the connection with them, the Rock and Sock connection with them, is that they're a team. Rock doesn't really want to be a team with him. Mankind loves him, but now Mankind's finding out that The Rock doesn't give a shit about him. So that's going to ultimately build up Mankind's hate towards The Rock. So you can see where that's going there. On the tag team title scene, you have New Age Outlaws as the champions still. They're going to defend against Kane and X-Pac, who are having a lover's quarrel still, which is annoying. How long is this shit going to go on? Just fucking be a tag team, or Kane just fucking throw X-Pac through the ramp and kill him. Just like, what the hell is going on with this? They're just going right back to it again. And I thought they ended it. I thought Kane was supposed to be with Undertaker.
Yeah.
But Undertaker's injured now, so now it's back to Kane and X-Pac. So here we go again. So that goes on. And then we have a match, though, on the next Raw from Raw 332 from October 4th, 1999. And it's the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac and Kane against the Acolytes and Holly Cousins. And I could have sworn, maybe I'm wrong, but if I can watch the match, and the Acolytes won the match. And they were called the new tag team champions. But then the next week, they're not the new tag team champions. The New Age Outlaws are the champions still. And I looked at the records, I went back, I looked at the little listing of the tag team champions, and there wasn't a title change.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? So, maybe I fucked up with that. It said it was a championship match when the match started. The Acolytes got the pinfall. Pinfall means you win the damn titles if you got a pinfall. And there was no funny business after, so hey, I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyways, that leads to another shit show. That's called the Terry Invitational Tournament. I don't know how invitational it is because there's only 2 teams. And it's Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys, or the New Brood.
The New Brood, yep.
They're going to have a series of matches where they're going to be competing to get the services of Terry Reynolds, the TIT, the TIT series. So Terry comes out on commentary on SmackDown 06 from September 30th, 1999. And that's going to be the beginning of the series. And they don't even really mention it much here, but it is the beginning of it. And there'll be a winner of $100,000 and the services. And what we get here is a win by Edge and Christian. And then the next episode on Raw 332 from October 4th, you get the next match. And Edge and Christian win again. So they were up quick 2-0. And Terry is freaking smoking on commentary. She has sunglasses on, which is kind of weird. I was wondering if she got punched in the face or something.
She get abused?
Yeah, what the hell is that all about? And they mention it a few times, and she's like, no, I just like sunglasses. And we go to the third match.
Probably stoned.
Yeah, maybe. That could be it. That's a good call. On SmackDown 7 from October 7th, we got TIT number 3. And it's a Texas Tornado Rules match. And the Hardy Boys win. So cool. It's not a sweep. Hardy Boys win. Edge and Christian try a superplex off the top rope, but Jeff Hardy's going to hit a swanton and then tosses Edge out of the ring and lays on top of Matt. So you get a double cover on Christian, and they get the win. So the series is at 2-1 at this point in the TIT series. That's going to lead to No Mercy. In the IC title scene, we got a fucking shit show with Jeff Jarrett. Man, Jeff Jarrett is getting a lot of booking thanks to Vince Russo, which is his boy. And Jeff Jarrett will be shortly leaving to join Vince Russo in WCW. But what we have here is Jeff Jarrett continuing the male chauvinist role, where he's challenging all the women, beating up all the women. On Raw 331, he's going to have a Battle of the Sexes match. He's going to have Tom Pritchard be his partner against Chyna and Deborah. Chyna's going to tell Deborah to not bother. And the match is going to start. Chyna low blows Pritchard right away. Deborah is not dressed to wrestle, so she doesn't do shit. Miss Kitty and Deborah are actually going to go at it outside the ring. Then Pritchard's going to nail Chyna with a perfect chair shot right to the back of the head. And then Double J is on the mat. She falls on Double J, though. She gets the 3 count, so she actually wins. And that earns Chyna a rematch for the IC title at No Mercy. Jeff Jarrett's going to cut a promo on the next SmackDown and challenge Chyna to a good housekeeping match and say that, women belong in the house and blah, blah, blah. And then he points to the people in the crowd, and Cindy Margolis with their sweet tits are out in the crowd again.
Loved her.
Oh, looking so good. Whew. And she's with her co-star, who's good too. And they're on this show called Shasta McNasty, which I never watched.
Nope.
I doubt I could find it today. It's probably only available on like YouTube. So anyway, they're there. Deborah's gonna head out, and all the women that Jeff Jarrett had fucked up in the past couple of weeks, they all come out to the ring too. And Chyna's gonna attack, and then all the other women chase Jeff Jarrett out of the ring. So I think it's pretty cool. I like this segment, and I like the storyline because I think it's ahead of its time, because it's not like he's just being a shithead and getting away with everything. He's being a shithead to women, and the women are going up against him, and he's kowtowing to the women. And he's backing off, like, oh, fuck, I gotta, So when he has the advantage over him, he tries to take advantage. But when he knows he doesn't have a chance, he runs away. So it's showing that, he's a pussy. I just like the idea of it. Like, all right, he's a big bully, but, girls can fight back too. At Rebellion, Jeff Jarrett's going to defend his IC title against D'Lo Brown. It's European champion versus IC champion. They do a coin flip to figure out what the title is going to be on the line. So it ends up being the IC title on the line. And Jeff Jarrett has to defend, and he retains. And then he's going to defend it again because he's going to be challenged by Chyna. And Chyna starts out pretty strong, and British Bulldog, because he's all over this fucking UK show, he shows up in this match and power slams Chyna. And Jeff Jarrett's going to apply the figure 4 leg lock there. And then on Raw, from October 4th, Jeff Jarrett is with Ivory, and they're going to go up against fucking Moolah and Mae Young. But Jeff Jarrett's like, nah, I'm not in this match. I'm going to let Ivory be on her own. And he goes on commentary, and he puts Miss Kitty in the match instead. And Miss Kitty gets her ass kicked by Moolah, fucking Mae Young. And it's just nasty. How much of this Moolah shit did you see, JV?
Oh, I didn't watch it again, but I remember.
Oh, it's fucking... And then there's a mud wrestling match the following episode on SmackDown. That's a shit show. And part of it I like because the mud does some good things for Ivory's body. but you have to go back and watch it yourself. So there is a good line though by Jerry Lawler. He says, "What poetic justice! 2 old fossils wallowed in the mud." Speaking of Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah. And wallow in the mud. The definition of wallowing is large mammals laying in the water or mud. So it's calling Mae Young and Moolah large mammals laying in the mud.
That's horrible.
But fucking, it's good wordplay. And then Chyna comes out, and she kicks the shit out of him. Kicks Double J right into the mud, and then everybody beats the shit out of him. So that was pretty fun there. Chris Jericho now is he's having his feud with Road Dogg. He injured Road Dogg a few weeks back, and they have a couple of matches on Raw from September 27th, and they have a match again on SmackDown from November 30th. And then they have a match at Rebellion, so they're just constantly having matches. And a lot of these matches have to do with the inner feud with Curtis Hughes and Chris Jericho not being lined up. And Chris Jericho is ultimately going to break away from Hughes probably within the next week or so at this point. British Bulldog, like I said before, He had his issue with Stephanie McMahon. He wants his title shot. That's his big thing. I want a title shot. What the fuck kind of lame angle is that? I want a title shot. I want a title shot. Everyone wants a fucking title shot. Shut the fuck up. Earn a title shot.
Yeah, it's like get in line, bro.
Right. Oh, you said I was going to get a title shot because I signed with you. Fuck you. You suck. You're like the worst person we could get from WCW. You want a title shot. Anyway, that's what he's saying. And that's what the gimmick is going to be here. And he's going to throw a fucking trash can at Stephanie. And it's going to lead to all this drama going on. Vince McMahon says, I want an apology. And Bulldog's not going to give him this apology. Stephanie and Test, now because of this, aren't going to get married. Stephanie apparently doesn't remember Test anymore. Which, cool, because that fucking storyline sucked. And they wanted to slow it down. Probably because they didn't know what to do because Vince Russo was gone.
Yeah, they were like planning a wedding and shit.
Right, and it was supposed to happen like in a couple weeks. So they had decided, all right, let's scrap this for now. We'll figure out what to do later and just say the Bulldog fucked it all up by making Stephanie have a concussion. But having a concussion doesn't mean you fucking forget who somebody is.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget who he is.
Concussion, not amnesia.
Right, no shit. And from there, I think I'll get to probably one of the worst things that happens is that Mark Henry, who's been feuding with D'Lo, but trying to help D'Lo out because he feels bad for what he did to him. He wants to help him out. He has his own problems, though. Mark Henry has sexual problems. The sexual chocolate has some sexual problems and needs sexual therapy. So he's in sexual therapy on SmackDown episode 7 from October 7th, 1999. And he's sitting with his pretty smoking sex therapist, which makes no sense. You need to be ugly if you're a sex therapist because your patient's going to want to fuck you. But anyway, he's trying to hit on her the whole time. And it's like basic porn script. It's like naughty America, naughty doctors. And Mark Henry says, when I was 8, that's the first time I had sex. Now, I've heard that before. Being in elementary school, sat at a lunch table, remembering a kid say they had sex. I'm like, what? I probably believed that at the time, but a few years later, I was like, that kid was a fucking liar. Guaranteed he was. But here's Mark Henry saying, when he was 8, he had sex. Not only that, but he had sex with his sister. And it's only been a week since the last time he had sex with his sister. What the fuck? That is oh hell no. Can you believe they fucking have that as a storyline?
I guess they're running out of ideas with him.
They give Mark Henry the craziest things to do, and he just does everything. And it's only going to get crazier. He's going to fucking have a baby with Mae Young and have a hand baby.
Yep.
What
Real
the
stupid.
Fuck. And from there, that's it. That's a fucking Attitude Era update. So let's wrap things up here on the bottom line. We got a house show rundown, and there's nothing to report on because Austin is not doing shit. He's out hunting in Michigan, and that's it. Oh hell yeah moment of the week. JV, what's your oh hell yeah?
Well, it's not going to be Austin related.
Yeah, no.
It just can't. I'm going to have to go the day in the life.
Yeah, this is your life.
Yeah, this is your life. It's a day in the life.
I agree. That's it. That's the fucking oh hell yeah moment of the week. How can you not? It overshines everything on this. Good shit. Mankind is the man. Oh hell no! But the oh hell no? I just said my oh hell no. My oh hell no is fucking Mark Henry saying he fucked his sister when he was 8 and then he's still fucking his sister.
My oh hell no is gotta be the snake segment with Triple H.
That's a bad one.
So I'll stick with something Austin related. For that,
That's a good one. Yeah,
because that was garbage.
If I had to stick to Austin related, that would be it too. Yeah, that was the shits, the snakes. All right, so that's our oh hell yeah and our oh hell no for the weeks. And next week we'll be coming back with episode 59, which will be covering the build-up, the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown, leading up to No Mercy, and a coverage of No Mercy, Austin's last match of 1999, going for the WWF Championship against Triple H. So that'll be next week on the Bottom Line cast. But before we sign off here, let's give some plugs to our pals. Okay, you heard it during our break. Check out Talking Taker at Talking Taker on Twitter. But also check out our friends Mike Mills, Chris Hardbody Harper, and Doc Turner at Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where they're covering episodes of NWA Saturday Nights from the 1980s, and they are currently at September 10th, 1988. And they drop those episodes every Thursday. And on Sundays, they drop episodes of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, their Smoky Mountain Wrestling recap. And they are currently at episode 177 for June 17th, 1995. And again, that's on Sundays. Also, want to definitely shout out our friends, our new friends, longtime friends, but new friends to the show here, new podcast pals, our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn. These guys put on a great show. They're from New Jersey, and they are dropping this past week episode 160, where they are doing, and they do their show in segments, so they do 3 parts. And the first part of the show this week is it's their finale of their season, episode 160. And they're doing the salute to the mid-card this season. And their final salute to the mid-card is Owen Hart. They're also doing the final portion of their Royal Flush, which is the bottom 10 of entrance music. In their previous episodes, they do the top 10 entrance music themes. But this week, they're doing the last 2 entrants and ranking the Royal Flush of entrance music. And they also do their review in their last segment of their show for the Los Luchadores episode 1, which is a fucking random ass show, which is superheroes that are wrestlers, and it's made like it's a Power Ranger show. So that's what they have.
Sounds terrible.
And it is terrible. So that's what they have on our Vantage Point. And again, thank you, Joe, for putting that theme together for us. Greatly appreciate that. And also check out our friend Jay Free on Free Your Geek. Jay Free is doing a lot of work with his pals at, what do they have a new name for their show, JV, or is it?
I think it's still the Whatever Bro Podcast.
The Whatever Bro Podcast. All right, so Jay Free hasn't been doing much work for his show lately, but he has a great archive of shows that you will want to check out on Free Your Geek and subscribe, because he'll be back at it soon. But he's helping his pals out with another show, Whatever Bros, which is also funny. So check that out. And as I said at the top of the show, JV and I do the Extreme ECW live cast, and we'll have a new episode out next week covering episodes 33 and 34. But we have an episode out right now, episode 15, covering Hardcore TV 31 and 32 from November 9th and 16th. So check that out. It's available on the Booking the Territory Patreon feed at the $5 tier. And again, I'm Mike Prue. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at MPRU83. JV is at John Van Damage. And we are at Bottom Line Cast. We have Facebook. Actually, we don't have a Facebook page, so fuck them. But we have that Twitter page. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Same thing, Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. And please give us a 5-star review if you think we deserve a review. And that's about it. JV, got anything to say before we get out?
Nada, bro.
All right, we're out of here. Thanks, guys. We're back at it in the new year. And we'll see you next week with episode 59, No Mercy. So long.
And that's all I have to say about that.